Yo, what's up, guys? It's Ben10clem here. Sorry for the late video and the late delay. I was just trying to think, do I even post another one? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I am. So, this is week 16's Ben10clem poll. It's also a lot different of how I would have it compared to other people. So, comparing it to like the actual playoff poll, mine's different by a lot, to be honest, but it's okay. So week 16 is pretty much, we've had the playoffs and all that juicy stuff. And I'm not gonna count like the Army and Navy game. So that's just like not counted towards anything. So changes that were made in whatever. In and out of things is just going to stay where they are. So, first off, we're going to start out of the teams that dropped out of the top 25. We have Tulane because they lost to Army somehow. And then we got UNLV. UNLV lost to Boise and not a close game. And then Louisiana Raging Cajuns lost to Marshall by a lot, 31-3. So, changing up the rankings a little bit, and this is how it's going to go. Oregon at 1, still definitive 1, most consistent team out there I've seen so far. And I am probably going to get a lot of hate and questionable, like, this is a very questionable pick, but this is my opinion. And after seeing the games, after seeing how each game played out, my number 2 is Penn State, even after their lost Oregon. I look at this team at Penn State and how well they played against Oregon and how well offensively and defensively they played. I don't think any other team right now could play that close to Oregon. Georgia's 3. I understand that people would put Georgia at 2, and etc. like that, but I'm just putting Georgia 3. They're not as consistent as, like, if I'm saying, like, if you put Oregon against Penn State, Oregon would be favored. Georgia versus Penn State, Oregon would be favored. But I think Oregon has a better chance of beating, or Penn State has a better chance of beating Oregon than Georgia will. That's just my opinion here. And then dropping 2 spots, we have that are dropping 2 spots. We have Texas dropping 2 because they lost to Georgia in the SEC championship. That score went into overtime, and Georgia ended up winning 22-19. So yeah. Then we're going to go on to number 5. Dropping 1 spot is Tennessee. I'm still very high on Tennessee. I know a lot of other people are not. Like, if I go look at the polls real quick, like in the college football poll, they're ranked 7 and 7 in the AP poll. Coaches, they're 6th. And I look at the spreads for the playoffs right now, and I'm like baffled that Penn State is like so closely matched against like some of these teams, because it just does not add up to me at all. It just does not make any sense. Because personally, that doesn't make sense to me. But yeah. Anyways, and then I have at 6 Notre Dame dropping 1 spot. They don't play in a conference. They get penalized for that shit. I'm dropping them 1. I mean, neither did whatever they're facing. I'm dropping them 1, but I'm dropping Notre Dame 1 too. I think if Tennessee played Notre Dame, Tennessee would win. Personal opinion. Spread would say otherwise, but Notre Dame, if they played Georgia at neutral field, Georgia would be favored by 1.5. How? I don't get it, but Supposedly Notre Dame's really good. I don't see it. Then number 7, Ohio State, staying at number 7, not moving up or down. Not moving them at all. I think 7's where they should be. Boise State at 8. They move up 1. 9 is number 9 is Indiana. They drop 1 because they didn't play in the conference championship. So yeah, Clemson moves up 4 spots after beating SMU. So pretty much just swapping spots with kind of like just pretty much took SMU's spot at number 10, which I had SMU at 10. And South Carolina at 11. I'm not moving them. I feel like 11's a really good spot for them. I think they're arguably should be in the playoffs over Alabama and Ole Miss, even though they both lost to them. I don't know. If you look at the teams now and how they've been playing, I would say South Carolina has been playing as the better team the past few games than Alabama or Ole Miss. So I have South Carolina at 11. SMU dropped to 12. So in my playoff rankings, SMU would be out, which is wild to think. But yeah, I mean, I very well could have kept SMU in, which is what the committee ended up doing. But yeah, 13 is Arizona State. Arizona State absolutely destroyed Iowa State. And I had Iowa State winning that game because they won against Kansas State. But it was 45-19. Absolute blowout. They move up 3 spots. They were 16. They're now 13. And then we look next here. We look next is Alabama dropping 2 spots, and then Ole Miss at 15 dropping 2 spots. And then dropping 1 spot is Miami at 16. 17, we got... Ooh, sorry for the hiccups, guys. Number 17, we got Memphis. Memphis, in my opinion, has been really good. I like them as a team. I think they're pretty damn good. So yeah, Memphis, I really like their chances on everything. I like it a lot. And then Memphis played well. I can't remember. Did they play in a... They did not. I just moved them up 1. I'm pretty high on them. 17. So Colorado is 18, moving up 2 spots. BYU is 19, moving up 3. Texas A&M is 20, moving up 3 spots. Moving up 3 spots is Missouri. Moving up 3 spots to 21. 22, a non-ranked team, making it newly ranked. Syracuse, 22. Syracuse is the reason Clemson got in. They beat Miami. I think they should be in the top 25 after that. Marshall also making it into the top 25. Newly ranked 23rd. They looked really good. They played really good against Louisiana Raging Cajuns. I thought the Cajuns would win by a pretty big margin, but because I had them in my top 25 for like a couple weeks straight. Let me double check. 1, 2. Yeah, I've had them in my rankings for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But yeah, no, I dropped them out after that. Marshall had a defining win, 31-3 in their conference championship. Now, dropping the most spots is Iowa State. I decided to keep them in after this, but they're now 24. I was arguably going to put them 25, but I thought about Iowa, and I was like, okay, or Ohio, and I was like, okay. Ohio's been pretty good. They won their conference championship 38-3 against Miami of Ohio, so they absolutely blew them out. So yeah, Miami, Ohio is newly ranked, or Ohio is newly ranked at 25, and then obviously dropping 7 spots at 24 is Iowa State after their terrible loss against Arizona State. And then that's my Week 16 poll. A lot's changed, a lot of up and downs. I will be coming out with my bracket predictions very, very soon. And I will link in the description. ESPN's doing a bracket challenge, and I created a group for my YouTube and my community. It will be in the description down below. Make sure you guys join up. I'm not sure if I'll give a prize away yet for the winner, but we'll see. Because it's cool if you guys have the most accurate bracket. It's similar to what they do for March Madness, but they're doing it for college football this year. So, yeah. And if you guys look at this is obviously my top 25. If I bring up here, right here, we're going to go full screen. And you guys are, well, we can't really go full screen. But I can move myself over a little bit. So if we go down a little more there and move the rotator over. Like that. So yeah, this would be my top 20, or would be my bracket, depending on how everything played out. So this would be my bracket if it played out. So you have our buys being 1 Oregon, 2 Georgia, 3 Boise State, 4 Clemson. Personally, that's how I would have it. And then ignore like the numbers here. I did a simulation of like in college football because I was like, you know what, in the EA football game. But ignore the simulation like of the numbers. But this is how the I would have the rankings. 8 would be Notre Dame, playing number 9, Ohio State. I'd have Ohio State winning that game, going on to play Oregon. Penn State versus Arizona State. I'd have Penn State winning that game with ease, going to play Clemson. Indiana versus Tennessee. I'd have Tennessee winning that one also with ease. So number 7 versus number 10, going to play Georgia. And then Texas versus South Carolina. So South Carolina would go play at Texas. I'd have Texas winning that, going to play Boise. And I'd have, personally, Texas moving forward, Georgia moving forward, Penn State moving forward, and Oregon moving forward. Oregon going in the playoffs, and then I'd have Georgia going to the playoffs. That would be my bracket. And that's what it shows. Like, and I did a simulation of it, which was an interesting simulation. In the game, it got 36-24. I had Ohio State winning it all, which also could be a possibility. But yeah, that's like the bracket I have for everything. Like, in my opinion, that's what it would be. But yeah. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this video and end of week 16. I will come out with bracket prediction this weekend, probably, or sometime this week, because the games are coming up soon. And I got to get that stuff posted, so I'm going to be doing that for y'all. And make sure you guys join up on the what is it? Let me show you guys. If we go to the bracket, college football playoff, you guys should be able to join up on our You guys should be able to join up. Have fun. Join the group. You can make yourself a bracket. But we already have a couple people in the group. Here's you guys' look. But yeah, you guys, this is what it will be. It'll be similar like this. You guys can complete your brackets. You complete them by December 20th. So you got 5 days to complete it. And yeah, and then we'll see who wins. Anyways, thank you guys always for the support. And I will see you guys in the next one. This has been Ben10clem poll week 16. Make sure to join the bracket challenge. Peace.